Welcome back to Make It Stick. Let's jump into Anki. All right, 2 flashcards. What do we got? What are the 5 sections of Chapter 1? What are the 3 subsections within one of the sections? Claims made in the book, empirical evidence versus theory, learning intuition. Within that subsection or section, you've got people misunderstanding learning, early evidence, illusions of knowing, knowledge not sufficient but necessary, learning, testing, dipstick versus learning tool, the takeaway. Good. What are the 8 sections of Chapter 3? Mix up your practice. The myth of mass practice, spaced practice, interleaved practice, varied practice. Oh my gosh, it's something and then it's okay, ready? Developing discrimination skills, improving complex mastery for medical students. These principles are broadly applicable to takeaway. Boom. All right. On that note, we finished Chapter 8 yesterday of Make It Stick. That's the final chapter. The last section was about integrate acupuncture and these 2 acupuncturists who grew their business quickly but realized they didn't know how to grow a business or run a business really that well, and how they ended up learning the business skills they needed, and that largely involving a business coach / consultant using simulation / role play with them, questioning, encouraging elaboration, as well as them using generation to learn how to run this business correctly and successfully, and then also using those same teaching skills, the simulation, role play, the elaboration, the questioning, on their clinicians and employees. So overall, Make It Stick was a book about learning, not so much about education. Learning is in the hands of the individual. Education is more in the hands of the institution. And questions that, educational questions that, are important include, are we teaching the right things? What should we teach? How do we measure success? Are we reaching students young enough? Is the value of college diminishing? Is it overpriced? So that's Chapter 8. I found that there was a notes section, so I just kind of started to skim that, just skimming over anything that's about citations or studies, but seeing if I can find any interesting notes or information in there. So that's what I'm going to do today. And also, if I get through that, then I'm going to read the acknowledgements section. So, be back in a bit. Actually, let me make sure. Let's make sure that I got everything. All right, we're going to start off today actually with what was Chapter 8 about? Practical applications of research from this book for different types of learners. And lots of examples, anecdotes / examples. people / teachers. Examples of people, a lot of videos was of people implementing these insights. Not necessarily, but yeah, kind of. Sure. We'll just call it that. Practical applications of research from this book for different types of learners / teachers, and lots of anecdotes / examples of people using these insights, using these techniques. Okay. So I'm going to go and read the notes section and then go from there. So I'll be back to recall in a bit. All right, so I found a few interesting points in this notes section. Notes and reference section, is that what it's called? Notes to pages section. So it's actually a lot longer than I thought. We're currently just begun basically chapter 3 notes. So we're going to have like 4 more days of this. One interesting note is that Ebbinghaus is considered, I think it's Hermann Ebbinghaus is considered the father of the scientific study of memory. He's the guy who first studied the forgetting curve. That's how I know of him. And then we 2 notes on feedback. Feedback for multiple choice questions or quizzes leads to reinforcing positive effects, such as better retention for the things that the students got correct, and it also helps to correct misunderstandings and help students not learn errors, essentially, right? If you get feedback, they don't learn the errors. So great stuff, especially when feedback's delayed. And then for feedback for motor skills, though, if you have constant, like a teacher constantly giving you immediate feedback on a motor skill, this could be detrimental to long-term growth, development, learning of the motor skill, because of basically a crutch being the immediate feedback, and it's fleeting. It's not going to be there in future recalls and retention. So you have this like piece that is not really there, that's bridging you to new connections, that when you take away that bridge, it's like, well, what did you actually have to learn? So that's it for today. Quick note, we got through essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages. So at that rate, yeah, it's gonna be like 4 more days, and then we'll get into the appendix. That's like that's probably a day or 2, and then we'll be done reading. Then we'll do chapter 8, ChatGPT quiz, and then we'll do Anki. Then we'll do one final video. So this might go on for another, like I said, maybe at this point 10 days ish. So that's it for today. Talk to you tomorrow. See ya.